Hey everybody. Today I'm shooting a video to give some instruction to the Peggy Kelley Wyoming Cannabis Act initiative petition carriers. So I've got one right here. If you go to wyomingnormal.org, you can find coordinators in each county, get a hold of them, and we will get you these packets, which will include the petition to collect signatures. Here's a blank one. Now, if you see right here, top left corner, you've got the sponsor name and the circulator name. Now the sponsors are Lee Royth, Pam Revel-Wright, and Madeline Ordez. So their name goes first, then your name as the circulator, then here the counties that you circulate in. So any county that you collect a signature in, write those names at the top. Here is the specific petition number, and then the information that the other people are going to fill out. Now, when they fill this information out, we prefer blue to black ink, but black is okay, and they need to write as clearly as possible. I mean, if they can't read, if the Secretary of State can't read what's on here, then the signature gets invalidated and it doesn't count. And you can't go back as a circulator and say, oh, I know this is a 9 even though I can't read it, and fix it. No, you can't do that. It has to be in their hand. So if you can't read it at the time, have the signer correct anything that's illegible, but make sure that you can read everything as soon as they sign. And you, like I said, you can't go back and correct anything, but they can. So ask them to if you can't read it. So first off, we have the date. Now the date needs to be in consecutive order. This first signature needs to have the oldest date, and the very last signature on the whole petition needs to have the most recent date. So it's all chronological. Now there's the date, the printed name, and that's the name as it appears on voter registration. Signature, the address, and this is physical address associated with the registration. Again, no P.O. boxes, a mailing address doesn't do it unless it's the physical address associated with the registration. Because again, every signer has to be a Wyoming resident who is registered to vote. And if they voted in the last election and moved, they need to re-register. If they missed the last general election, that is 2014, then they need to re-register. So once you've got registered voters, man, get them signing. Now, this petition also holds the actual wording of the initiative. So you've got 10 sheets of blank spaces, and then you've got the actual wording. Now, I prefer to carry an extra photocopied or printed off copy of the petition or the initiative so that anybody can read it without having to fumble through a petition. And these can be printed off of wyomingnormal.org, so you can find them there. But you've got the entire initiative here. And then on the last page, very important, once you've gained all the signatures you can get, filled up every page on here, then you need to take this before a notary. This has to be a licensed notary. It has to be current. We have to be very careful about this. They invalidated 17,000 signatures in Maine just because of inconsistencies with one single notary. We don't want that to happen here. So find yourself a valid notary, sign this, verifying that each signature was collected in front of you, that you witnessed it. Then, and your name and everything goes on here. The notary notarizes it, and then we will collect these. You need to get them to your county coordinator, and then the county coordinator will get them back to Wyoming Normal. And we prefer to go hand to hand with these things so that there is no risk of them getting lost in the mail. So as soon as you fill one of these up, get a hold of your county coordinator as listed on the wyomingnormal.org website, and we will collect these from you. Now these have to be protected, folks. You can't take them apart. You can't take the staples out. Protect them like they are puppies or children or something very important to you, because these represent many sick people that need help and those that are willing to support them. If something happens to your petition, if it gets damaged or destroyed or whatever, still get us any pieces that are left. We may be able to validate some of the signatures, you know, if we can work with the Secretary of State, but as it says right here, If petition is disassembled, it will be invalid. So, very careful, folks. Take care of these things. In fact, I like to use this nice protective metal folder here that has a cover for the initiative or the petition, and it's also got some storage space for cards or another copy of the initiative for people to read or whatnot. So that's what I use. It works excellent. I love it. But you can use a box or an envelope or a folder or anything. But try to keep them as clean and in as good a shape as possible. Remember, folks, you're working for a lot of individuals in this state, and we need your help. So thank you very much. Get out there, get some signatures, be professional, be friendly, don't get in fights, help us out. And if you want to carry a petition, like I say, get on the wyomingnormal.org website. You can find a county coordinator in any county, and we will get you set up with these. So get out there and start collecting signatures. Thanks, guys.